Welcome to Daily Bread. As always, this is a timeless reading, which means whenever you find this message or whenever it finds you is when you're meant to see it. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. If it resonates with you, like, comment, follow, consider subscribing, and share with someone else. The energy's already been cleared. Let's get started. Let's start by asking God, what is the message, the energy that He wants us to focus on? Source, what is the energy you want us to focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy you want us to focus on? Source, what's the energy you want us to focus on for this message? Hope. So what I'm seeing here is Source is trying to get you to understand this. The card says hope, but what I'm getting from this is someone is finally starting to understand how time works, and when you put all of your hope in the future, sometimes you start living in the future, and your current time, your present, starts to suffer because of that. But when you start to realize that hope is something that you can live with and look towards because it's something that exists outside of time, it's something that you simultaneously have and seek to get more of, that's because hope is an energy and it continues to flow. So somebody is starting to get an understanding of how to bridge that gap so that they don't have to live with all of their hope in the future or all of their hopes for better days in the past. You understand that hope is something that is renewed and replenished, and it's something that when you keep it in the present moment ties you closer to what you're bringing, what you're trying to manifest in the future. So that's what I'm seeing for someone, and this is really awesome. So I'm seeing someone who's about to who's really focusing on bringing things into reality. I'm seeing someone who was overthinking a lot of things, someone who was stuck in a lot of places, and now you're figuring out that hope isn't what you thought it was. It's not that hope doesn't exist, or it's not that hope is bad. It's just that hope is an energy of expectations that you set for yourself, and it seems more or less realistic when those expectations are more or less realistic, depending on how in tune you are with yourself. I'm making sense to someone. So let's go into the cards and get more on hope. 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 I want to get 3 cards here. Got them. So we have the Devil card, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Oh, nice. I like what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing that someone finally understood that hope can be a prison, that the things that you set yourself up for to expect can also put strings around you in the forms of pressure that you start to create yourself. All of these prisons, all of these strings, all of these things that you start to get wrapped up in start to feel constricting to you, and they start to control you instead of you controlling them. And it's one of those situations where you realize that everything that glitters isn't gold, and somebody had set up a lot of expectations, whether it was in a relationship or whether it was on themselves. I see someone was probably looking around and thinking, oh, I thought my expectation was that I would be further along somewhere by this age, and that kind of a concept is an illusion, and you're realizing that you can break free of that. And how do you break free of that? You start making plans. So I see someone really taking an assessment of where they are, what they've learned, getting that balance. Someone is there. Someone is able to actually see Okay, yes, there are a lot of strings. Everything has strings. There is no getting away from strings that apply pressure. But now you're understanding that you are blessed, and now that you understand how those things work, and you understand that these certain strings bring energy with them and certain strings take energy away from you, you can start to strategize to plan your life around how to bring more of those refreshing energies into you in terms of the projects that you want to take on, in terms of the work you want to do, in terms of maybe the types of skills you want to build. I see someone starting to make those plans to get from point A to point B, or actually I see someone who's going more like you're a few steps ahead. So it's more like from step N to O, because you've already been at L and everything before that, and you've realized that some of that wasn't for you. So you are taking what the things that are for you, and you're leaving the rest. And I see someone really ready to sprint forward. And now that you've unpacked a lot of that baggage that you had, you're going to be able to just kind of go for it. I see someone going for their goals, and you're going to start seeing those things manifest so quickly. You're not going to keep seeing this dragging delay where you're spending all this time in agony, like, is it coming yet? Because you're about to start using your time to make sure that your time is more effectively spent to get you to where you want to go without those distracting strings that add weight and pressure and stress and weigh you down. So I see someone taking better care of themselves. I see someone prioritizing, I have to keep myself at 100% in order to do anything for anybody else 100%. So you have to give yourself what you have first, because if you're not okay, nothing you do will be okay. And I see someone realizing that, and I see someone taking the steps to really make those things come into alignment and move with it. And I see someone has shifted in their mindset, and now and this is like this is a dynamic call to action. I see someone maybe just felt like they were struck by lightning, and now they have this sudden clarity and get up and go. It's amazing. Let's get one more card. Let's get an oracle card. Let's get an oracle card. Any actions or advice? Any actions or advice from the oracle cards on hope? Out, we'll take it. Peace. Oh yes, absolutely. All of these things that I'm seeing, and that's what I'm saying. Someone has realized that their greatest hope is actually peace, and that is something that you don't have to wait for. That is something you can experience now, and you can bring peace into you, which brings peace into every situation. And if your hope is for peace and more peace, you'll keep following that path to peace. And now you can see it. And now you can plan your way forward on a path to peace. So keep in mind what brings you peace. What brings you peace in yourself? What brings you peace in your relationships? What brings you peace in your work environment? What brings you peace into your home? What brings you peace into your activities, into your free time? And that's what you really want to get into. I see somebody really taking advantage of free time and understanding those points of transition and building more peace. And for some people, maybe that looks like reading more instead of watching television. And maybe for some people that looks like, okay, I'm a sketch in a sketchbook, or I'm going to paint, or I'm going to make that recipe. So I see someone following a path to peace, and this is great. Congratulations to you on your path. As always, thank you for tuning in to Daily Bread. If this resonated with you, comment, like, share, follow, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.